Hi, you're listening to Everyday Superpower, a place where you can take some time to consider, acknowledge, and learn the benefits of understanding and observing body language and nonverbal communication. If you continue to follow these videos, you will learn a real life superpower as to which you'll be able to read the minds of others purely through reading what their body tells you. Alongside that, you'll be able to assess your own body language and understand what subconscious signals you give out to the world. I've put out 25 videos, okay, spanning 3 weeks so far, so I'm consistent and I'm putting out a lot of valuable content which will benefit you in the workplace, in relationships, any sort of interpersonal communication. It'll make you a better communicator and know what you're doing and what not to do. So if you enjoy what I do, the biggest compliment I would take is a subscribe. Anyway, moving on to the topic. What does it mean when somebody reaches out and touches my arm? What does it mean when she reaches out and touches my arm? What does it mean when he reaches out and touches my arm? Okay? So, in earlier videos, we've talked about the concept of attraction versus repulsion. You move away from that which you don't like and you move towards that which you do like. So already we're acknowledging it as a potential attractive gesture when somebody is to reach out towards you and literally touch you. When we look at this gesture in the arena of the study of proxemics and the proximity of a person, you will see that it's on par with the nudging whilst walking together, the bumping into each other, which I covered in the last video. It's an enter into your personal, intimate space, the closest one can go. If you're looking at courtship and dating, the last stage is touch, physical touch. It's a jump into that space. It's a very sensitive, intimate space. So if somebody is going out of their way, not necessarily to console you if you're sad or miserable, but more so just in general communication, if somebody is using anything as an excuse to reach out and touch you, it's a direct indication of what the mind thinks. They want to touch you. It's attraction. Whether that be friendship or courtship, if it's something you have to question, if you believe the person, if you question if a person's attracted to you and they're touching you, it's self-explanatory, they are, okay, for the most part. You are going to have to start to learn to analyse the entire cluster of body language that is presented before your eyes, rather so than the isolated instance, because that's the intelligent thing to do. You don't just take one thing as a granted and then base your entire opinion of a person off of it. But this gesture in particular is significant of attraction, okay? So when the skin touches skin, or when skin even goes through the bloody material of your clothes and touches you, it releases a bonding chemical called oxytocin. It sends positive endorphins to your brain. It feels good, and that's your animalistic hardwiring telling you that you're doing a good thing, you're heading towards procreation. That's the aim of the game, okay? From what I'm aware, it's us and dolphins that have enjoyment through the sexual, okay? It's a necessity to us and it feels good. So our brains tell us when we're heading in the right direction, a rush of endorphins which make you want more, okay? Makes it addictive. When we talk about connecting with people, and I think I have a connection with someone, yeah, you might have a mental connection, but this is taking it a step further and making it a physical connection, okay? Now, there is more sexualized areas of the body an individual can touch, obviously, such as the thighs in particular, but it still is a very bold indication of attraction. All right. Now, one thing to take into consideration is manipulation, because There are studies done of waiters and waitresses in places where tips are important regarding the service of the meal, and how much of a benefit the waiter or the waitress has. They will be more than likely tipped more or more regular, given that they touch the arm and create that connection, that interpersonal connection. Okay, we live in a world where we're also involved with cyberspace and away from actual reality, that somebody who actually comes and brings us down to earth with a physical touch separates themselves from the rest oh so much. It makes us feel acknowledged. It's a high concentration on us as human, as an individual, and it's an incredibly satisfying thing. So just as you might be questioning, why are they touching me? Perhaps you should consider, maybe I should reach out. Don't go out of your way to be a creep, but if you feel it's necessary to reach out and scream to an individual that you're there and you're present, it wouldn't hurt to make that connection, that physical connection with another human being. Okay? Women will go to great lengths to avoid touching men they don't like. Okay? That's repulsion, rejection. Women will go to great lengths to avoid touching men they don't like. So if you're getting the polar opposite, you need to take some time to consider the reality of what that could signify. Okay? It can be applied as an anchor for positive feelings. This is delving into a separate realm here, but still in the realm of psychology. What you need to consider is the physical touch can be anchored to particular emotions. So if you were dating and you make an individual laugh and you touch them at that point, and over a repeated process you develop a pattern of engaging the touch, when you provoke a positive feel in someone, then that anchors the physical connection with joyful, blissful, happy feelings, creating an anchor in that touch. So the association of your touch becomes parallel with that of joy and smiles and happiness. It can be used as a very powerful tool. If you're going to take one thing from this lesson today, it's to take into consideration that there's attraction and repulsion, and that as to which is close to you and in your intimate space, and creating a physical connection is of benefit in the relationship world. You might not be asking for it, you might not necessarily be interested in this person, but it definitely shows an interest in you. If you enjoyed this lesson and you learnt something, as I said, this will be my 26th video, my 26th lesson in the last 3 weeks. If you want to continue following me, click subscribe, and there's more to come. Thank you.